Hey everybody, I'm here with Max McVety. You've got 3 Grand Prix top 8s to your name, and you just came in 3rd at the United States Regional Championship. Congratulations.
Yeah, one short of Worlds, but it was good. It was a good result.
third place, still great.
Yeah.
And you're running Selesnya Toxic. You played that at the Regional Championship and decided to run it back here for the Pro Tour. Why did you choose this deck this weekend?
I'm a pretty big fan of the Esper matchup and the Grixis matchup, which I both expect to be popular. I'm a little scared of Rakdos mid-range, but I thought Grixis would be more popular. Now that I see the data, I see that Rakdos are more popular, so that's a little unfortunate, but I still think I have a pretty good shot against Rakdos.
All right, so I know I'm supposed to be impartial, but I've got to be honest here. I love this deck. This deck is so fun. People haven't been playing a lot of it recently. It kind of came out at the start of the regional championships and then fell off. Why do you think people stopped playing it?
The cards feel pretty individually weak, and I just think mid-range decks in Standard, everyone gravitates towards them, everyone works on them. The aggro decks just don't get that much respect, but I'm hoping that will help me out because I've noticed a lot of people, when I've seen their list, they've maybe only have 3 cut downs or a little bit less wraths in the sideboard, so I'm hoping that because it's not as respected, it'll be a good choice.
All right, well, let's talk about the deck here. One of the most amazing cards we have to start off with is Skrelv. Tell me about this card.
Yeah, Skrelv, this is definitely the best deck for Skrelv. It uses all of the abilities, attacking for 1. In other decks maybe doesn't matter as much, but you get in 1 toxic, and you can make your guys unblockable to get them through. And most decks just use it as a mother runes to protect their creatures, but it's more of an offense card than a defense card.
All right, Skrelv, we love you. You're doing everything in this toxic deck.
Yeah.
Rot Priest, another absolutely incredible card. Tell me about its role.
So the main use of it is to be good against opposing removal spells, because you could get them to 8 poison and then you're attacking with a bunch of stuff, and even if they use a kill spell, they still take 1 poison for each kill spell they use. So it gives you some good reach, but it also works with your own spells that target it. And in this deck I have Tyvar, Stand, and Audacity, both which you're very happy to target your stuff with, and it just makes for a really aggressive card.
Yeah, let's talk about Audacity, because this card isn't one that showed up in the first iterations of this deck. So what role does this play?
So it gives much needed reach, because often in this deck you'll get them to 8 poison and then the board will be clogged down and you just can't get through without combat damage. But this with Venerated Rot Priest gives you another way to add a little poison, and the trample also can force through a Bloated Contaminator in the last turn to deal the last few points.
Hey, it's an aura as well, so I'm in. Okay,
Yeah.
Let's talk about my personal favorite card in the deck, Skrelv's Hive. Hey, if you can play Bitter Blossom, maybe you probably should.
Yeah, definitely the best card in the deck. It's really strong against the Rakdos decks. Just when they try to overload you with 1-for-1 removal, you have this unending swarm of guys. And the lifelink is extremely crucial on this card because a lot of your creatures can't block, and the main way for controlling decks to beat you is to kind of race you back because they can't kill everything. So the lifelink makes it kind of a lose-lose situation for them.
All right, let's talk about Slaughter Singer, because this card helps this deck do what it does.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a strange card because it gives your toxic creatures +1/+1, but that doesn't actually increase the toxic they do. So it's mostly for getting your creatures through, you play a Crawling Chorus on turn 1, they play a Blood Tithe Harvester, and then you play this and you can attack in and they don't really have a good block. Also, just itself having Toxic 2 is pretty huge. If you use Skrelv to give it unblockable and you get in, then you do 3 Toxic, and that's 3/10 of their life. So.
Right, exactly. We're going for 10 here, baby.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you're running Tyvar's Stand in this deck as well. Do you just get people out of nowhere with this card?
Yeah, it's a really flexible card. In Standard, especially with cards like Bloated Contaminator, it can be hard to tap out for a big creature, but if you can wait till turn 4, play a big creature, you save this to protect it for 1, that can be a good exchange. And it lets you keep attacking. They'll try to brick wall you with a Shieldred, and maybe you have a bunch of lands and you attack with everything and they block a 1/1, but you just pump your 1/1 to kill the Shieldred, and that can be a good exchange too.
Awesome stuff. And of course, you've got 2 great lands in this deck. You have Mirix, you have the Seed Core, which are just excellent. Tell me why Mirix is important.
So yeah, Mirix is definitely I think the best, one of the better cards in the deck, because basically it's like another Skrell's Hive, and Skrell's Hive is also one of the best cards in the deck, and it prevents you from flooding out, and you can just like keep the 1/1s going. And most of the times you're in late game scenarios, it's all about the number of creatures in play, like how many blockers they have and how many random 1/1s you have. It doesn't matter how small they are. You're trying to just get through for overwhelm their blockers, basically.
Well, the deck's sweet. Max McVety, best of luck to you this weekend with Selesnya Toxic.
Thanks.